Hello everyone, Andre here, back with you guys with another tip this week, and I'm with Wayne again. And we want to talk to you guys about something that is really important and something coaches have a hard time dealing with. It's the player selection at the start of the year. Whether you do it indoor, in a gym, or outside on the playing field, it's always challenging to try to pick the right athletes depending on your environment, your context. So Wayne, based on your experience, what could be the key points in dealing with player selection?
I think, Andre, the most important thing when it comes to dealing with player selection is to structure your tryouts effectively so that they will give the players the best opportunity to perform in that environment. So, if you're looking for players with speed, for example, make sure you structure the drills that you do in tryouts that will highlight the player's speed.
Okay, so what you're saying is that is it important to gather data so we can have something to compare athletes between each other, and at the same time protect ourselves as coaches when it's time to relay that information to the athletes/parents?
Yeah, absolutely. And this becomes even more critical as you get lower and lower on your depth chart with the players you're going to keep on your roster. So having data that you can rationalize to the player and possibly to the parents to say, well, this is where we saw your child in the depth chart throughout the course of these tryouts is certainly going to help you convey the message when the time comes to possibly release a player.
And I'm assuming also it's important to make sure that some of the key elements of the game are reflected in your testing also, which whether it's speed or arm strength or power and so on and so forth, those are becoming what's the essentials of the games are all about.
Well, exactly. And some of the observation returns objective results. So you need to be very specific in the drills that you're going to use in your tryouts so that those game-like situations are reflected and you get a true vision of what the player is capable in those situations during your tryouts.
So there are other elements, maybe in conclusion, there are other elements that you can't score, what we call subjective type of elements. For an example, a player's personality or coachability or those type of things that you need to consider as a coach also. So how can you deal with that? Like, is there any ideas that you have around that?
Well, obviously, if you've coached these players in the past, you have a sense of what their coachability is,
right.
But in the end, you're going to have new players coming out, players you haven't seen before. So you really have to pay attention to those players, and the coaches that'll be on the field helping you run those drills during your tryout, those are the ones that you're going to want to talk to and possibly set them up in advance with information on specific players to give you feedback when it counts about their coachability.
So in summary, some objective criteria, some subjective criteria, and never be afraid to get other perception from other people around you, whether it's other assistant coaches or other people involved in your association helping you with this process. Thanks, Wayne, and good luck with your season.